What's going on, drivers? I hope all of you are out there doing great, staying safe, and staying out of trouble. If you're new to the channel, smash that like and subscribe button. It helps me out, helps the video out, and you know your boy Snapper appreciates that. I'm up and I can't sleep. It's the middle of the night, and I just can't sleep. I don't know when I'm going to put this video out, but right now it's the middle of the night. I've been broke down for a week. I had a wheel bearing blowout, wheel seal blowout, all kinds of issues on the trailer, so that's been getting fixed. I should be up and running tomorrow or the next day, but it's been a really long week, and it is what it is, right? It's just part of trucking. As they say, that's trucking. That's the way it goes. But anyway, we're going to talk about something a little different. We'll get into the behind the scenes of this YouTube stuff, with some of y'all, and let's get down and talk man to man, or man to woman, or driver to driver. That's probably the best way to put it. I'm going to talk driver to driver. A lot of things go on behind the scenes of this YouTube stuff that some of y'all probably know about, some of y'all don't. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to put it out right here on Trucking with Old Snapper. And if you've ever wondered about the behind the scenes stuff, or maybe you haven't, maybe this is all going to be new to you, you're going to hear about it right here. Now, every now and then, I will get an email from a company, and they'll want me to come work for them and basically advertise for them. Come over here, come to work, and push us on YouTube. And we will pay you for pushing us on YouTube plus what you drive. See, Poly doesn't do that. Where I work at, they don't do that. And Poly's actually pretty strict. That's why a lot of my videos, I don't film anything, because Poly's really strict about what I can film. So I don't film anything hardly. And that kind of sucks, but I like working at Poly, so I follow the rules. And I don't film what they tell me I cannot film. And when I worked at Crete didn't pay me for anything I ever said over there either. Poly never paid me, and neither did Crete. Or Hunt. Hunt never paid me either. I wouldn't work at a company that's going to pay me to advertise for them, because in my opinion, if they have to pay me to advertise for them, then they're probably not worth a crap. When I first started driving, I wasn't watching YouTube, but I would talk to other drivers, and sometimes I would take their advice, and I'd go to a company. Like I went to Celadon like that. A driver talked me into going to Celadon. And I'm not blaming that driver, because I didn't do the research I should have done to begin with. But Celadon was a nightmare. I mean, by the time I got done there, I was so far in debt, it took me months just to get caught up, just to even break even after leaving Celadon. It was a really bad deal. And part of why I got on YouTube to begin with was because I saw drivers that were new to the industry advertising companies that I'd worked for before and knew they were crap. And it sucks when drivers lead drivers astray for their own pocketbook, right? I've never been an advocate for that ever. Now, I'm not saying that I've ever given bad advice, but if I gave bad advice, it was advice I believed in, or else I would have never gave it. But I'm a human being. I'm not perfect either, right? So not everything I say is going to be 100%. But I do my very best not to lead anybody astray. The way I see it, life is hard enough on us out here without that BS, right? I mean, it just sucks when drivers get led the wrong way. So I've always told these companies no. I haven't gone over there and, worked for them. There's been a few of them that have tried that. And one of them, there's a pretty famous YouTuber at right now. And that is one of the companies that reached out to me in the background through email and tried to get me to come work there and advertise their stuff. What's really crazy is I see her advertising it when she was advertising another company that was top notch and supposed to be the end all be all of leases just a few months ago. And she got burned there, left, went to this company, and now this company's the end all be all leases. But as a YouTube creator, I know the real deal because they've reached out to me, so I know the real deal. There's some other YouTubers that have worked there in the past. I'm sure they know the real deal. And it's just sad that unfortunately many drivers will fall for it And I ain't never been one to believe in doing that to nobody, so I don't do that. But it frustrates me when I see a YouTuber doing it. And as much as I'd love to just call them out directly, you get into all sorts of legalities when you start doing that. So I just want to encourage anybody that if they are thinking about going to a company, and I say this even in my videos when I talk about where I work, if you're thinking about coming here or going to any company, please do your own research. Don't just go on what I say. Don't go on what this other YouTuber says. Don't do none of that. Please do your own research. I'm begging you. Don't get yourself in a bind. Don't hurt yourself financially, hurt your family financially. You got to remember that some of these people out here do not care about you. And they don't care if you hurt yourself. All they care is if they get their little paycheck that they're guaranteed to get for advertising for wherever they're at. Just keep that in mind. Something else I wanted to talk about. And don't get me wrong, I love making money. I make pretty good money where I work at. And if I can come up with a way to make some extra money, it's great. YouTube pays a little bit. It don't pay a lot, but it pays a little bit. But there's certain lines I don't cross. Kind of like, I don't know if any of y'all have noticed, I've been on YouTube now, 3 years, I think? Something like that. Almost 3 years. But I never do these advertisements for anything. And I get emails for them every day just about. Wanting to collaborate, wanting me to sell this razor or sell this GPS or sell this headset or whatever. I don't do it because nothing that I actually use, has reached out to me. Like I use a certain headset. If that company ever reached out to me, I like this headset, I would advertise for them. I wear a certain brand of shoes. If they reached out to me, yeah, I would advertise for them. I use a certain razor. Unfortunately, the company that reached out to me wanting me to advertise razors for them, I don't use. And I'm not going to advertise something I don't use, right? Why would I tell y'all, hey man, use this razor, get this promotion, get 10% off when you give them my code? I'm not doing that crap. I'm not doing it for the little couple $100 they're going to pay me to do that, to sell a product that I don't know anything about. Because here's the downside to that. Let's say I start selling these razors for this company that I don't know anything about, and they pay me a couple $100 for the razors that I sell, and then y'all go out there and y'all buy these razors and they're crap. Well, from that point on, you're never going to buy anything I suggest again, right? I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't buy anything I suggested. So I'm never going to do that. If ever you see me selling something on here, ever, then it is definitely a product that I use and have been using. I was using it before they ever emailed me or asked me if I would do a commercial for them or whatever. So I can guarantee you that. If the headset company that I use reached out to me, I would probably advertise it. If the razor company, or you get what I'm saying. So I don't do a lot of that stuff because of that reason. I don't use it. Why would I sell it? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to get rich selling your product, and it's a product I don't use. And if your product was good, if it was decent, you probably wouldn't need me to advertise for you anyway, because you probably got a really good product. Once a few people buy it, word of mouth spreads, and everybody will be buying your product. Kind of like the razors I use. The razors I use are really popular. A lot of people use them. A buddy of mine mentioned them to me. That's why I started buying them. I'm sure they have commercials on TV, but they're not going to reach out to me and sell their product. They don't need me. So that's kind of the way I look at that. You know what I'm saying? Something else I want to talk about is e-bagging. There's some of these other trucking YouTubers, and I watch some of them, and some of them are really into this e-bagging. They get online and throw their Cashapp. Now, I put my Cashapp in the description of all my videos, but that's just for whatever. Sometimes on my birthday, somebody will send me a couple of dollars, or for Christmas they will, and that's always cool. But I don't ever get on here and go to begging y'all for nothing. To me, that's wrong. And I know some of y'all watch some of these YouTubers that do beg, and I just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit and put my opinion out about that. If you want to send them money, by all means send them money, but please take something into consideration here. whatever situation they're in that situation by their own choices. And I'm going to give you some examples using myself. Back Father's Day weekend, this past Father's Day weekend, my mother passed away. Okay. And I was at home working, not making a whole hell of a lot of money. But I didn't jump online and go to begging y'all or telling y'all how bad my life was and that my mom just passed away. You know, I mentioned it in a couple of videos, but I didn't want anything from anybody for it. I dealt with it. I got back on the road. I paid off what I needed to pay off, got myself back financially right. And to be honest with you, most of you probably never even knew that anything financially was going wrong. Y'all may have knew my mom passed away, but y'all didn't know any financial issues were even existent. And the reason that is because I see that as taking an advantage of your subscribers, right? And I don't want to take advantage of y'all. It's just like a couple of years ago. Well, I guess probably been that long. I was working at Hunt Transportation, and I went back to Crete, and then Crete ended up putting me on that Walmart account out of Paul's Valley. I wasn't making squat. I mean, absolutely nothing. My bills were getting behind. I was digging in my savings to pay stuff off. I mean, I was hurting bad. And all that time I was making videos, I was putting a video out every couple of days. But I never told y'all that was going on. I told y'all I was leaving Crete. I told y'all I wasn't making much money at Crete. But I didn't put out there all that information because to me that opens the door for e-begging. You know, it's begging your subscribers to help you out. You know, there's this other YouTuber that kind of made some bad choices and he ended up in a bind, and you know, his subscribers pretty much paid his rent for him from what he said. But you know, I've never done that, and I don't believe in doing it. And that's why I've never jumped on here when I'm going through something like that and tried to dramatize it and ask my subscribers for, you know, $1 a piece or anything like that. To me, it's wrong. It's wrong to do. You know, it's just, and it really, it kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It disappoints me when I see other YouTubers doing it. Because look, my situation at Crete, yes, I was struggling. I was struggling real bad at that time. But my situation there was my own choice. I made the choice to go to Crete. I made the choice to put myself in that position of where I ended up at there in Paul's Valley. I'm the one that stayed there longer than I should have. I should have left a little earlier, then I wouldn't have been in such a bind. When I went to Hunt and everything was kind of falling over at Hunt, you know, that was by my own choice. They didn't anybody make me go over to Hunt. Nobody made me do that. You know, my mom passing away ain't got nothing to do with anybody else. That's my own personal home life, family situation. You know, and I've had other YouTubers talk bad about me, dog me out, and call me all kinds of names and say this and say that, but there's a few things they can never say about me. They can't never accuse me of using the viewers for anything bad. They can't never accuse me of going to a company that's paying me to advertise for them and bring drivers over there, because I've never done that either. And I encourage everybody to do their own research if they are thinking about coming wherever I'm at. I said the same thing when I was at Crete. I say the same thing here where I work now. If you're thinking about coming here, that's awesome. Got a bunch of videos where I talk about it. And you don't have to put me down as a reference. I don't need it. You know, if it's going to do better for you in your life, that's all that matters to me. And Crete was a good company. I made good money there until I got put on that Paws Valley Walmart. And I got tired of fighting with them to get off the Walmart fleet. That's why I left, you know. But as far as money, if you can stay off of that Paws Valley Walmart fleet, you can do pretty well at Crete. You know, I did 100 plus every year working there. I mean, I did pretty well over there. Also, when I left Crete, I didn't go dogging them out, you know. I don't know if any of y'all remember that video, but when I talked about leaving Crete, I said, look, if you're at Crete, you're in a good place. If you're making a living and you're happy, stay right there. I'm just bouncing out because I ended up in a situation that wasn't benefiting me. And I didn't go into all the details of how bad it wasn't benefiting me, right? And that's because we also build a little bond with the subscribers. The subscribers almost become like extended family. I didn't want y'all to worry about me. That's not right for me to get on here and make y'all worry about me or anything like that. I don't want y'all taking y'all's hard-earned money and doing, trying to send me the last $20 you got in your account. That's wrong. That's wrong on so many levels. That's just like my merch. Yeah, you can get online and buy my merch. But ask anybody that's ever ran into me. If you see me, I give you merch. And you don't even have to ask for it. I give it to everybody I see. If I got some on my truck, like right now, I got a few of them hat things left, and I got some lanyards. And if I run into you, I'm gonna hand you some of them. It's just the way I am. I try to give back. Y'all watch my videos. And when you're watching my videos, I make a couple cents off of that. And that's my way of giving back to y'all, is when I see you and you approach me and say, hey, what's up? I may not be in a real talkative mood. I'm not always the most friendliest. I'm real standoffish. But if you approach me and you say, hey, what's up, Snapper? I'm going to give you some merch. I mean, it's just the way I am. I'm going to give it to you. I've mailed some out to guys. I do that every now and then. And I really enjoy that. I enjoy giving back. And there's other things I do in the community to give back, but I'm not going to get into all that here. But I really enjoy giving back. Now, I went the real long way about explaining this. And I probably could have made it a whole lot shorter, but I guess it is what it is, right? But basically, I just wanted y'all to know that I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all of y'all for hanging out. I appreciate all of y'all for watching my videos. I know I'm very opinionated and we don't always agree. And I appreciate y'all still coming back even when we don't agree. Because that's being an adult, right? You can disagree with somebody. It doesn't mean you hate them just because you disagree with them. But I really do appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. And I want y'all to know that if y'all ever see my name on something that's asking for money or asking for anything like that, contact me, because most likely it ain't me. Okay, that's first and foremost. Second thing I want to say is these other YouTubers, if you watch some of them and they get themselves in a bind, yes, they may have a sad story. Yes, that stuff may legitimately be happening to them. But you have to understand they made the choices and decisions that got them into that predicament to begin with. We are all adults out here. It wasn't y'all's job to pay for me when I made a mistake. It's not y'all's job to pay for Joe Blow over there on that channel when they make a mistake. That's part of how we learn in life. We make a mistake and then we dig ourselves up out of it. That's why I don't get on here begging. And it kind of disappoints me when I see other people doing it. And I think it's taking advantage of the audience. But that's just my thoughts on that subject. I hope all of you out there are taking care of yourselves. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully I can get to sleep here pretty soon. It's already pretty close to midnight. And I'm wide awake drinking pure leaf tea, and that's probably not helping. But hey, it is what it is. Y'all take care, stay safe. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. That's how you can help me out. I make a couple cents on it. And that helps me pay my bills. But y'all take care, stay safe, and keep trucking.